Tom for the Metal Edge Show here at Download Festival 2014 with Johnny and Mark from Kill Devil Hill. How's it going, guys?
Good. How you doing, Tom?
I'm great, thanks. So you guys played the Zippo Encore stage earlier. How was the show for you guys?
It's awesome. A lot of fun.
How would you say British crowds compare to American crowds?
I don't know. They look like rock and rollers to me, man. It's hard to tell from a distance.
I've always had great experiences traveling in the UK and playing shows and stuff. So, festivals are like, club dates, everything in between. It's always been a good time.
Awesome. So you got your second album, Revolution Rise. It was released back in October last year. It's not been too long since then, but I wanted to ask, do you still feel that the album is still standing strong?
Yeah, we're still definitely introducing people to it, and I think that once people get a chance to listen to the songs, they really tend to resonates with them, and they can identify with them. So it's just still a matter of getting out there and kind of doing the groundwork. Yeah. So we're having a good time with it.
So what would you say the top tracks on the album for someone who hasn't heard your band?
I really like what we open up with, No Way Out and Crown of Thorns and stuff. Like the record's pretty solid. Like being the new guy coming in and stuff, I have more of an objective point of view, and the record's pretty solid, start to finish. I pretty much why I joined.
Back in January, Johnny, you were announced as the new drummer.
Yeah.
What's Johnny brought to the band?
Oh man, well, he's a badass player. I've always known that. We've jammed together at like open jams in Hollywood and stuff for a number of years or whatever. Common friends and stuff. That's right. But yeah, just getting a chance to hang and be on the road. I mean, he's like a brother. Like a long lost brother. So it's been a great time, and it's going to continue to be a great time. I have every reason to believe.
Awesome. So what do you think you'll bring to the new album when you start writing it?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm pretty anxious to see what happens, just as much as anyone else does. I'm curious to see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. We all get along great, and it seems like, we're really clicking well. Each show gets better and better.
Yeah.
And I think by the time it comes where we have to make new music and stuff, I think it'll be pretty exciting.
Awesome. So, what was your mindset when you joined Kill Devil Hill? Were you nervous? What was going through your head?
Initially, I was a little nervous. I was definitely, I knew Mark, and I kind of had an idea, like as you said before, I kind of had an idea of who he was as a player and stuff. And I've only heard Dewey on records. I'd never seen him perform live. I met him a couple of times before I actually got together with the guys, and he was a really nice guy. Rex I've known for like 20 years.
Okay.
And Rex, he's top of the food chain when it comes to bass players. So it was like that was a little like I've been friends with him for a long time, but I never thought that our circumstances would present itself where we'd wind up playing in a band together, and his pedigree. He's been with some really good players. So it was like I wasn't sure. I was a little nervous, a little apprehensive about being up to that level. But every night, it gets better and better, and we have a lot of fun with it. And
Johnny came in super prepared, though. I mean, he might have been nervous, but we would never have known because he came in and just absolutely drilled those songs. We were like looking at each other, going, "Damn, that was smoking!" It was killer right there from the very first note of the very first tune. So
as we get older, time is more precious, so we try not to waste too much of it.
Awesome. You guys played Mouth of War earlier, Pantera track, and Phil came out. The first time you played it was it Rock on the Range in Columbus. How was that for you guys for the first and second time? Sorry.
Oh, it was a blast. I mean, it's an honor, getting to play with two of the guys in one of my favorite bands, playing their stuff. It's like, dear Lord, don't let me fuck up, I mean, it was a really good time though, both times, and I really appreciate him coming and helping us out, supporting us like that. It's really a good time.
For me, it's more like catching up on old times, because like Typo and Typo Negative and Pantera, we toured a lot together, and every time a number of shows when Typo would play, Philip would come up and sing "Kill All the White People" and stuff like that, and there was a very impressive camaraderie between the two bands. So it's like anytime I see Phil, it's like I get nostalgic about it more than I'm like nervous about playing the songs or whatever. It's more nostalgic for me than anything else. Except we're playing a different song.
So what were the faces of the people like in the crowd? Shocked or?
They looked like they were into it, you know. I mean, I saw them getting into it. I started getting into it. Then they got more into it. Then I got more into it. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Everybody seemed to be having a really good time, and it's a great time when that happens. You know what I mean? The energy it's kind of like a perpetual motion kind of thing. It's cool.
We didn't get hit with anything, so I consider that a good thing.
It's always a good thing.
I know the Brits can be tough.
Thanks so much for speaking to us, guys. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks.